Hey, what's up? My name's Samuel Leeds.
And I'm Amanda Leeds.
We got a massive announcement today. What happened?
We have just completed on buying our dream home.
We've just bought this house. £3 million. It's ours. We bought it. It's the very first time we've done that.
I know. I'm so excited.
We buy a lot of houses, we buy a lot of properties, but this is the very first time that we've ever bought a house that we're actually going to live in. We loved it so much. So in this video, we're going to talk about why we bought it, how much it costs, what the crack is, what the plans are with it, the developments. I'm so excited.
Well
done.
Excited.
Are you really excited? Really. Just before Christmas, let's go. We'll show you around.
So one of the things that I loved about the house was just the garden. It's not too big and it's not too small. It's just perfect for us and the kids.
And since then, we've put money into it. You know, we bought a £30,000 swim spa in the garden, and I love the fact that you can just walk around that. In fact, let's just do a quick spin around the front of the house. So Mandy's got her nice environmental friendly electric car.
Yes.
And the thing is, when you're renting, like some people think, oh, you can't do anything to the house. I think you can. Like we put sockets in. I don't know how much this cost, maybe like a couple grand, was it?
No, it was like
Less.
£600.
Oh, okay, but we spent money around the house, but we kind of like emotionally got to the point where we thought, we don't want to leave here. And the landlord 3 months ago said to us, we're going to come back from Singapore. We want to live in the house again.
On my birthday. We were away on my birthday.
Mandy was like, no, this ain't gonna happen, man. What can we do? And well, anyway, let's walk around and then we'll tell the story. The location as well, where we are, is like prime location, right?
Yeah, it's lovely little spot.
In Buckinghamshire, 20 minutes outside London. I love it. We've got a little park that we've put for the kids. There's, I'm thinking this, the swim spa. I'm thinking we can put this into the ground now. What do you reckon?
I think so, and then we can have like proper decking around it, have some little sun lounger chairs.
Put it into the ground. We've got a few developments we're going to be potentially doing on the house. So, you know, maybe you can guess what that is. Planning permission, permitting. So, no, absolutely fabulous. I love this place. I love it at Christmas. I love it in summer.
I know all year round, I just feel like it's just lovely. There's some places where you can live, and when it's like winter, it's like, oh, dark and dingy. But this is just like
light, airy,
yeah,
fresh, amazing.
So let's head on in. Hey, kiddies.
Hello. Hello.
Oh,
So we just put this thing up. In fact, Mandy, tell them a story about how we got this tree.
So we walked into the shop. We were looking for a Christmas tree, and this one was actually on display, and it was just plain. It didn't have any of the decorations on. And we were just like, we want that tree. And they were like, are you sure? And we were like, yeah. And they were like, well, how big's your house? Like, that cannot fit in a normal tree, because this shop was like a big...
That tree's, that's our tree, they said. That's not for sale.
Yeah.
Mandy's like, everything's for sale.
Yeah.
Even this house is for sale.
Everything has a price.
Everything has a price. Now look, we're not going to take you in every single room in the house here, because we've got a lot of rooms. This is my office. This is where I do my work. This is like my magic Narnia room. I go in and work gets done. We've got downstairs toilet, CCTV room. This is where I was going to have my office.
Oh yeah, if you've watched the previous house tour, then you'll know.
Amanda would not let me have this as my studio. I wanted to have this as like a filming room, but we've actually, should we tell them what we did, what was crazy?
Go on.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not sure where you're going with it.
Our other house, our other new house.
Oh right, yeah.
So we've rented another house down the road from here, really nice mansion, which is basically like my studio. Like, it's where I do loads of offices. Because the thing is, with this house, it was like, bringing people here all the time. I still bring some students here, like if they're doing really well or they're a friend, but we've got another house that we rent where we just do parties and filming and crazy madness down the road. But this room, we're gonna get this changed up.
I know, really want to modernize it. I want to change the sofas, really spruce it up a bit. And
we got these sofas so many years ago, and they have lasted us well.
Yeah, we got them when we lived in the barn.
Yes.
So we've had them a long time, and they've served us well. But I think now it's time to like just switch things up completely and just make them a bit more...
I mean, literally this whole, Mandy wants to just change this entire, I personally quite like it. Mandy, come and talk about what you're thinking of doing, like all around here through to the kitchen.
So another thing, so the flooring at the moment is like a wood floor. But I think it would look so much better if it was like a marble. So like white marble flooring. I think when you walk in, it would just look even more grander and just really nice, especially with the big open foyer that we have.
So Mandy's like a bit of an interior designer, surveyor. So Mandy wants to get, as you walk in, white marble floor all through here, right running down through to the kitchen. So this will all be new. We're going to get new flooring. Mandy wants to get a new kitchen. Personally, I don't see what's wrong with this kitchen. What are you wanting to do?
This kitchen's great, but I want it to be even more light and bright. So white cabinets with like gold detail. I just think that would look so much better. Nice marble worktops as well.
I think this will look like a whole even new house in like maybe 6 months' time. So we've got through here, this is the kids' play area. We've got a whole other section to the house. I'll tell you something, when we first moved in here, I lost Amanda because I didn't realize that we had a whole utility area. I was looking for her for like 45 minutes. She's like, I'm in the utility. I'm like, what? I literally didn't know that part of the house existed. True story?
Yeah, true story. I can testify to that.
Another thing I'll say is, I didn't even, before we moved in this, Mandy found this house, before we moved into this house, I haven't seen it once, maybe once.
Yeah, you'd seen this one.
But
we've moved into houses before where he hasn't. I've literally viewed it and you've just gone on my say-so.
So how did this come about then? How did we end up buying this house?
Yeah, so we basically had notification from the agent saying that the landlord wants to move back into their family home.
The annoying thing was, we just signed a 2-year agreement and we were like, yes.
Yeah.
But then the landlord said, we want to put in a 6-month break clause though.
Yeah.
We're like, oh no. 6 month comes, the landlord says, we're moving back from Singapore into the house on Amanda's birthday.
I know, and I was just thinking, no, because we truly made it our home and we love this house so much. Yeah. So settled in the area. So then we just, said, we want to buy it. I know it's not on the market, but are you open to that?
And they were like, the landlord would consider what you're offering. So we got the place valued. I think we actually got a good deal. I think we negotiated a good deal. The landlord was cool. And we got it for £3 million. We put £1 million cash. We got a £2 million mortgage. It made sense to get a mortgage because the interest rates are ridiculous. It's like free money. Yeah. And I'll always advise not to buy a house where you live in, okay? So I need to say this. You should never put your earned income into buying a luxury. Buying a house to live in is a luxury. It's like, security, and it feels nice because it's yours. It's kind of luxury. It makes commercial sense to rent it. We pay £7,500 rent for this. Yeah. The mortgage payments, to be fair, because interest rates are so ridiculously low, are less than that. But we had to tie up a lot of cash doing this. It makes sense to rent somewhere commercially, but we did not buy this with our earned income. We bought this with our passive income. You shouldn't buy Range Rovers, fancy holidays, anything with your earned income. What you should do is you should work hard on a job, on a business, whatever it is, and then invest that money into property. I mean, you've been working so hard with the guys on the property side of the business.
I know, I have. Lockdown was a crazy, crazy time.
Yes.
Our hard work through that time is paying off now. We're seeing the fruits.
Because here's the thing, right? Like, man, it's so good, isn't it? I love this. This is a nice tray. This is a nice tray. The thing is this, like, through lockdown, our training company was losing money. Like, I had to, at one point, sell off some of my little houses, some of our houses, to do what?
To pay the wages.
To
keep everything afloat.
And lots of training companies, when you can't run events, were going bust. All of our staff, we looked after them. We kept everybody going. Our customers, our students, while everyone else was sort of serviced accommodation, was struggling, hotels were closing down. All the serviced accommodation training companies were just like, whoa, I'll just wait for this to finish. What was I doing? Locking myself in the office, ringing up my students, checking, okay. Meanwhile, the property side of things was blowing up.
I know, it was really booming, our development side.
What have you been doing on the development
side?
So
finding sites, and then, appraising them, finding what's good, and then literally securing them. So now at the moment we've got 8 deals in the Buckinghamshire area.
8 development sites in
and then obviously we had the Lincoln plots, the houses they sold as well.
Nearly all of those have sold now.
So I mean, I think the development side, property basically, I feel, saved us through lockdown.
It did. And also as well, I'll say this is Mandy's hard work as well, because when me and Amanda got married, I wasn't even a millionaire. Like, I was doing okay, but we together over the last sort of 7 years, we've blown up. I talk a lot about like deals and I talk. Mandy just quietly gets on, and the sites that we've got, we've been getting planning permission, and you don't like documenting some of the, because with property development with these big deals, it's a little bit more sensitive with the planning permission, the councils and what you're working on. But we've got a lot of interesting deals that we've been working on, been making a lot of money, and this is the fruit of our labor. We've bought this house during a pandemic.
I know, considering that, everything's just been the world was stopped, wasn't it, with COVID?
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
The funny thing is as well, we didn't even tell anybody really that we were doing this, did we?
No.
The thing is, one of the things I've learned is I used to be quite out there with like what I'm doing, what I'm working on, put stuff out there. But I think I've actually learned, don't tell people what you're gonna do, just show them what you did. We didn't tell hardly anybody. We didn't say, we're going to buy this house, we're going to do this. Like some of the sites we've got going on, we don't say, oh, look what we're doing, we're going to build these, it's just like, let's just do it. and then maybe we can tell people once we've done it, or maybe we can not, maybe we can keep it quiet. But I'm really, really, really happy. And as well, I mean, make sure that you don't put all of your money into buying a house to live in before you firstly got yourself. I'm so glad I invested every single penny of our money into business, into real estate. Literally, people take the mickey out of me like, oh, Samuel, why don't you wear fancy clothes? Why don't you wear jewelry? Why don't you have Lambos? I'm like, because all our money is tied up in property. You know, so we put every penny, right?
Yeah, we do.
I mean, people saw we could show you a tour of the walk-in wardrobe. And that. What would it be filled with?
Samuel's polos. Oh my goodness.
It'd just be filled with my polos. Nothing impressive. But that's the thing. I think, you know, make money work hard for you. Yeah. And I think this is our Christmas gift to ourselves now.
Yeah. I'm so pleased and happy that this is how we start in the new year.
So Merry Christmas to you. And listen, I hope this has been inspiring to you guys. The last thing we want to do is try and like show off or brag. We both started with nothing. We've built up what we've got. We've saved the money up over a lockdown.
Yeah.
You are grinding, using the quantity surveyor skills, and you know, business is now booming. I'm really excited to be able to have opened our training company back up as well, and we're running events, and it's just amazing. So be inspired, and I know it's a little early, but Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. Bye.